What's up, everyone? In this video we're going to talk about basic operators and logging to the console in Objective-C. To start off, I've created a few different variables: sum, difference, product, quotient, and remainder, and these variables store the calculated values from the expressions on the right here. Don't worry about these warning symbols and messages. It's basically just Xcode telling us that we have created variables but we haven't used them yet. Let's talk about operators and operands. These symbols are operators which act upon operands. So you're very familiar with a lot of these operators because they're traditional mathematical symbols. You might not be familiar with modulo though. Modulo is the remainder. So 10 divided by 3 produces a remainder of 1 because 3 goes into 10 3 times, but 1 is left over. So that's the result of this expression on the right here. So you're going to see that, so just remember that modulo is the remainder. Now what if I want to see the sum? Obviously 10 plus 7 is 17, but I want to see the result. Let's go ahead and do a log statement. We're going to type nslog, that's how we print to the console in Objective-C. We put this @ symbol, which is letting the compiler know that we're dealing with Objective-C. Let's go ahead and write logging to the console, just to see what happens. We're going to build and run on the top left, and you'll see down here logging to the console. Alright, now I want to log one of these variables to the console. Let's go ahead and change this to the sum is. I'm going to put %d. What this is, it's a placeholder for a data argument. I'm going to write sum over here. So you can see the log statement is enclosed in quotation marks, followed by a comma, and then the placeholder variable that I'm representing here. So let's run this, build and run, and you'll see the sum is 17. One other thing, let's go ahead and write the product is. Because this is a double, it's a little different. I'm going to put %f. Now d is what we use as a placeholder for primitive int values, and f is what we use as a placeholder for primitive floating point numbers such as a double or float. So here we'll write product, so we can just tack on as many data arguments as we have placeholders, and we're going to run that. So the sum is 17 and the product is 12.5. Makes sense. The next thing I want to talk about in regards to the log statement are escape characters. And let me show you what I mean. Let's go ahead and get rid of this log statement. We're going to make a new one. nslog, @ symbol, quotation, the sky is blue. Buell, the sky is Buell. Alright, the sky is blue. I'm going to make this, I'm going to have a lot of the sky is blue. Sky is blue, sky is blue, sky is blue. Alright. Now, if I print this, it all just comes up, the sky is blue, the sky is blue. It's all jumbled up. What I can do here, let's say I wanted them all on different lines, is I can put this backslash. This backslash is an escape character. It's not going to appear in the console. Depending on what comes after it, it's going to have certain behavior. If I put this n, it's going to be a new line. So the backslash and the n are not going to appear in the console, but a new line will. Now if I copy this, and I do the same thing, let's see what happens when I print it. I'm getting an error because I don't have my semicolon. Let me build and run this, and you can see here it's a lot more organized. The sky is blue, the sky is blue, new line, the sky is blue. Let's run that back, and we'll do something else. There's another thing I could do with this \t, escape character t, that instead of a new line will add a tab. Well, first problem here is I only have it once. Let me go ahead and add it a few more times and see what happens. You're going to get all these tabs here. So that's just if you want to format your log statement, you can go ahead and use that escape character followed by t or n. Also, if you wanted to add quotations to your log statement, you have to use the escape character as well. Let's say I was inside some weird reality. Maybe what's that movie with Jim Carrey where he's stuck inside of a fake world where the sky's not real? The Truman Show. So the sky will be in quotation marks. All right, let's try to build and run this. Well, okay, well, I have an error here. Obviously, the quotation marks are screwing this log statement up because it doesn't know where to start, where to begin. The way I can fix that is just putting this escape character before each quotation mark. And if I build and run this, we should see the sky is blue. So if you want to add quotation marks to your log statement, you're going to see that escape character. So just keep in mind, this is the escape character. You'll see plenty more log statements as we continue. We're going to use them a lot. So if it's not all making sense, it'll clear up. So we'll see you in the next video.